breaking news from News Channel 11.
We begin with breaking news this morning. An elderly woman with dementia is missing out of Unicoi County. Thanks for waking up with us this morning on News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities. I'm Cindy Kessler.
And I'm Casey Marler. Take a look at your screen. We also have the picture on our website, WJHL.com. It's Wilma Oliver. She was last seen around 7 o'clock in the evening on Stockton Road in the Flag Pond community, walking from her home. According to Sheriff Mike Hensley, she also normally uses a walker, but it was found at her house.
She was last seen wearing gray pants, a green long sleeve shirt, and a black sweater. If you see her or know where she could be, you're asked to call 911 immediately.
Now let's turn our attention to the weather as we head into a long Memorial holiday weekend, but it doesn't look like the weather is aware that we need holiday fun.
Yeah, definitely not the rain. Meteorologist Jeremy Eisensoft is in the Storm Center to tell us what we can expect on this Memorial Day weekend. Jeremy, what's headed our way?
Well, Cindy, you got the foggy view. Casey, you got the sunny view this morning. So a little bit of a patchy fog around the Tri-Cities this morning. And overall, pretty nice out there. But heads up on the visibility. Definitely dropping a little bit here with that thick fog in place. And you can see I-26 there through Sullivan County and I-81 there and through Sullivan County as well. Kind of a hot spot for some fog this morning. Also over the mountains, some thick fog as well. But all in all, looks pretty quiet radar-wise. Not too bad. We do have another little complex of showers and storms that will be rotating around this upper low that we've been talking about the last several days. It will finally make a move this weekend, so we're going to start seeing some significant weather change out there. But after some patchy fog clears out, we'll get to enjoy a little sunshine. Heads up on the rain threat coming in after lunchtime today. Maybe a few strong storms. I do think most of the strong storms will probably miss us to the south, but getting close enough that we'll watch very carefully mid to late this afternoon. That storm potential certainly will exist here today, and the temperatures looking quite nice, mid-50s at 9, 70 at lunchtime, and mid-70s here this afternoon. So at least a milder finish today, but we'll talk more about those 80s. It's going to get nice and hot and warm for the weekend, hot and humid for the weekend. We'll highlight that coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. And as many people hope to hit local lakes over the weekend to enjoy the holidays, some officials say that might not be safe.
Yeah, that's right. On Wednesday, the TVA said they expect Watauga Lake specifically to rise as much as 8 feet by Sunday. South Holston Lake could go up as much as 4 feet in that same time frame. And as of Wednesday, TVA says they do not recommend venturing out onto the lakes. And right now, you're taking a live look at Lakeshore Marina at Watauga Lake. The rain bringing multiple concerns to those that own businesses on the marina.
Watch where you're going. Of course, shallow spots aren't so shallow now, but with the increase of water flow down, that means trees could be falling in the water, which means people just need to keep their eyes open for any debris that might be in the water.
And while Memorial Day weekend, usually one of the busiest travel days of the year, AAA says we could see a new record low for travel during the COVID-19 pandemic. Both Tennessee and Virginia gearing up to make sure the roads are safe for anyone who does decide to travel. The Tennessee Department of Transportation delaying all road construction through the holiday weekend. All construction scheduled to stop at noon today and resume again on Tuesday. Virginia State Police using the weekend to tell people to stay safe on the road as they travel. Patrols will be increased to deter people from speeding.
And if you're flying this holiday weekend from the ground to the air, TSA says you might notice some changes. Because of the current pandemic, you may now be responsible for unpacking a bag that doesn't go through x-rays and then sending it through the machine again, rather than an officer searching it through by hand. You'll also be encouraged to put small items like wallets and phones in your carry-on bag before walking through that body scanner. You can also wear a face mask, but you could be asked to pull it down. And as we enter this long weekend ahead, we'll also see some COVID-19 restrictions loosening. This as large attractions in Tennessee get the okay from Governor Bill Lee to reopen.
Kristen Gallant live for us this morning to tell us how one local attraction plans to open their doors and keep their customers safe. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Casey. Places like Hands-On Discovery Center fall under museums and large attractions ready to reopen today. The museum, though, is planning to reopen in early to mid-June with limited hours. A survey is up on the Hands-On website asking for visitor input as they prepare to resume operations. Hands-On Discovery Center plans to deep clean exhibits at least 4 times a day when they do reopen. Hands-On will likely only allow 50 visitors inside at a time and pre-sell tickets. Open exhibits will rotate throughout the day.
Some exhibits be offline for a little bit, and then we'll clean them and bring them online and shut off some other exhibits. That'll encourage social distancing, but also keep everything disinfected and clean for everyone.
Recommended guidelines from Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's Economic Recovery Group include the daily screening for COVID-19 symptoms of all staff reporting to work. Staff should wear cloth face coverings. Businesses should provide sanitizing stations in staff areas, and staff should increase hygiene practices. Now, though these large attractions and museums and businesses are able to open today, some of them are waiting because those guidelines from Governor Bill Lee were just released yesterday. So they want to make sure that they're able to follow them before they open their doors. Guys.
Kristen Gallant reporting live for us this morning. Exciting times for those businesses as they get ready to reopen their doors. More family favorites reopening this weekend as multiple attractions in Gatlinburg get ready to reopen today throughout the weekend. Ripley's Aquarium, Wonderworks, Hatfield and McCoy, the Titanic Museum, even Anakista planning to reopen this weekend. Businesses aren't returning to the format they left several months ago. There will be continued social distancing enforced. Staff members are required to wear masks and gloves. Patrons encouraged to do so as well. Ripley's even used the downtime to get new amenities prepared.
One cool thing, we're going to have a penguin parade twice a day now. So the birds come out, they march through the aquarium to music. There's an MC, lots of cool stuff. Wait till you guys see it. It's going to be fantastic.
Lots of cool stuff. I can't believe it's any cooler than a penguin parade twice a day at the aquarium. These well-loved attractions could still be seeing a little different hours, so make sure you check their websites to make sure that all of the changes you're aware of during this pandemic.
Oh man, Casey, all I'm thinking about right now are penguin parades and a little penguin MC leading the way. Gotta move on though. Well, Memorial Day is typically considered the unofficial start of summer with COVID-19 restrictions loosening. Campgrounds in Virginia are getting ready to see an influx of visitors. Great news here. Campgrounds officially reopened in the Commonwealth yesterday, and they are expected to be full over the weekend. Those who want to go camping, though, might notice some changes. First, visitors are being asked to stay close to home and not travel somewhere outside of the region to camp. Keep bathrooms and bathhouses as clean as possible. And you should always remain socially distant from other campers, and of course, stay home if you're feeling sick.
We continue to monitor cases of COVID-19 in our region. 12 new cases reported yesterday, 4 out of Southwest Virginia, 1 each in Wise County, Washington County, Scott County, Bristol, Virginia. 2 new cases reported in Northeast Tennessee, both of those in Sullivan County. In North Carolina, 6 cases reported, 3 in Ashe County, 2 in Madison County, 1 in Watauga County. Let's take a look at active cases. This important information right now. A lot of zeros on the board for a 3rd consecutive day. Hawkins County, Greene County, Unicoi County, and Johnson County with 0. Currently 7 total active cases, down 5 cases from Wednesday. Washington County, Tennessee saw a big drop of 7 cases. They have 2 active cases. Sullivan County increased by 2 cases. Carter County stayed the same with 1 active case. If you have any questions on the coronavirus, our WJHL app available any time of day. You can find all the resources you need under our Monitoring the Coronavirus section.
Sullivan County Commission spoke on the future of tax increases in their region yesterday. Coming up, we'll tell you more of those top stories, including if commissioners voted to increase that tax rate in Sullivan County. The details that you need to know coming up.
Welcome back. A vote to increase sales tax in Sullivan County won't be happening anytime soon.
That decision came last night at Sullivan County's commission meeting. Sullivan County was looking to increase sales tax to 9.75% to equalize the rates across the county through a referendum.
However, that vote was withdrawn by its sponsor. Mayor Richard Venable says that now is not the time despite the budget deficit.
Projections are between 5 and 8% loss of revenue because of COVID-19. So I think we can make the adjustments.
Sullivan County Commissioners also decided not to take up a proposal to consider consolidating city and county schools. The goal was to consider ways to combine or consolidate educational initiatives to save money and offset the cost of this pandemic.
Well, we definitely want to raise the numbers in the weather department, don't we? We want some hot weather, and boy, we're going to get it this weekend. Today, not too bad, in the 70s. This afternoon, we have a little patchy fog this morning. Storms this afternoon, and then lots of heat and humidity. So talking about a nice hot weekend. We'll get to more details next.
Storm Team 11 meteorologist Jeremy Eisensoff.
All right, 6:46. Happy Friday, and looking at beautiful sunny views here. Love these camera views when the sun is up and shining. Johnson City, Greenville, and Bristol. Of course, we've had a little patchy fog, and of course, from this view, can't see anything because of the fog. Now, this is North Johnson City. If you look real close, you can see those stoplights on the lower right part of your screen. But, you know, of course, the camera's up in elevation a little bit, so it is some fog from North Johnson City through Kingsport and Sullivan County up into Scott County, so it heads up there, and also some thick fog over the Blue Ridge Mountain. So if your travel takes you up 81 or maybe into North Carolina, there will be those low clouds and some fog this morning. But it's a beautiful morning and embracing a nice looking start to the day. 50s overall, low to mid 50s. Checking out radar, pretty quiet Tri-Cities, a few spotty showers over west of I-75. But we have a little piece of energy coming in around this upper low we've been talking about. This keeping it so wet and cool the last couple of days. Well, it looks like this system, little disturbance will come in this afternoon, and that means potential for a good chance for rain and storms. Notice the time here, there's lunchtime, so storm threat still off to the west, but from after lunchtime to dinner time looks like prime time for some scattered storms. So there's the Tri-Cities, there's Asheville. Storm threat will probably be a little higher just to our south, but nonetheless, could see a few strong storms out there, so we'll keep an eye on it. There's a very marginal risk for a few active storms coming in by mid-afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on that. Also keep an eye on this weekend warm-up. 82 tomorrow, 85 on Sunday. So a few scattered storms Saturday afternoon, and it looks like the rain threat goes down as we look deeper into the weekend. There's Memorial Day, sunshine 87, a few isolated storms here, but all in all, going to be a good-looking weekend. Back to some summertime weather, and I know you've been waiting for it all week long because we've been talking about it all week long, and so here we are. The weekend right around the corner, and there's those 80s. And so thanks to Mother Nature for delivering us some hot weather. It's going to stay quite hot, so get ready to sweat this weekend and next week as well. We're going to hold on to those 80s all next week. What a change. What a change from just a couple of days ago when we topped off in the mid-50s. And of course, as always, you log online to get more details online anytime at WJHL.com.
Right Now News is brought to you by Toyota.
Well, it's time now to take a look at news that are making headlines right now. And right now, you're taking a live look over the capital of Tennessee, Nashville, as new guidelines go into place and many businesses reopen with new guidelines this morning. And those guidelines are part of a new executive order from Governor Bill Lee. It allows groups of up to 50 people to participate in social or recreational activities together. New guidance also allows restaurants and retail stores to increase capacity as long as social distancing can be mandated, such as separating tables by 6 feet. Large attractions and venues such as amusement parks and movie theaters may also begin to reopen today as long as measures are taken to protect employees and customers, including managing guest flow and limiting capacity. But again, folks, it is all about doing what you are comfortable with. And now turning to our other top story, many are still waiting to have their power turned back on. Take a look at this map behind me. You're going to see that more than 200 people are still without power in the Kingsport area this morning. We can see up there it says customer outages. About 237 customers are without power this morning right here in this region of Kingsport. Now, Appalachian Power says that a large tree actually uprooted yesterday. You can see that tree right there on your screen, causing a lot of damage falling across the power lines on Fall Creek Road and cutting off power. Crews are said to have been working throughout the night to repair the damage. The power company hopes to have power restored sometime between 7 a.m. and 9 this morning. And right now, the Unicoi County Sheriff's Office is looking for this woman, 85-year-old Wilma Oliver. Oliver has dementia and was last seen walking away from her home yesterday evening. She was also last seen wearing gray pants, a lime green long sleeve shirt under a black sweater. If you have any information on her whereabouts or see her, please call 911 immediately. And we have an update for you this morning. Tennessee is now expanding free child care for more essential workers. The Department of Human Services said Thursday that it will expand the program to more industries and offer child care until mid-August. The change makes workers in the financial, religious, utility, and hotel industries available for free child care from the state. Grocery store workers, healthcare workers, first responders, postal workers, and transportation workers were among the first to be able to apply. You can apply for that program right now. Just hop onto the department's website.
Thank you, Sydney. Covering our Right Now news on this Friday morning. Let's turn our attention now to Kristen Gallant, who joins us live as attractions across the region open their doors for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic began. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, Casey. That's right. Today's the day that large no-contact attractions can open their doors. Now, as COVID-19 restrictions are continuing to lighten throughout Tennessee, the latest guidelines from Governor Billy have been released for large attractions and places like music venues, Hands-On Discovery Center, Kingsport Speedway, Wetlands Water Park, and Kingsport Carousel, all falling under this category. It is recommended that only large attractions and businesses that can effectively practice social distancing open to protect both employees and customers. Now, recommended guidelines from Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's Economic Recovery Group include the daily screening for COVID-19 symptoms of all staff reporting to work. Staff should wear cloth face coverings. Businesses should provide sanitizing stations in staff areas, and staff should increase hygiene practices. Now, though these attractions can open today, a lot of them are waiting because these recommended guidelines were just released yesterday. Now, multiple businesses that News Channel 11 has talked to, even though they can open today, they are waiting again, but they did say that they will be sanitizing everything in their business and in their attractions on a hourly basis almost, guys.
Kristen Gallant reporting live for us this morning. An exciting weekend ahead for some of those businesses and entertainment venues looking to open for the first time in a couple of months. Jeremy has a final check of our forecast when we come back. So you take a live look at sunrise over Bristol. You're watching News Channel 11 at ABC Tri-Cities this morning.
6:55 and turning to your morning quick cast. Lake levels are expected to rise throughout this long holiday weekend.
Watauga Lake, which you are taking a live look at right now, so tranquil, expected to reach record high levels this weekend. On Wednesday, the TVA said they expect Watauga Lake specifically to rise as much as 8 feet by Sunday. South Holston Lake could raise by as much as 4 feet in the same time frame. As of Wednesday, TVA says they do not recommend venturing out onto the lake.
And right now, the Unicoi County Sheriff's Office is looking for this woman, 85-year-old Wilma Oliver. Oliver has dementia and was last seen walking away from her home yesterday evening. She was also last seen wearing gray pants, a lime long green t-shirt under a black sweater. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you are asked to call 911 immediately.
And as the region continues to reopen in different phases, we have a quick tool to help you know exactly what's going to open next. You can go to our WJHL app, go to our Reopening the Region section for all the latest information.
Well, pretty quiet out there this morning, but tracking an area of some showers and thunder showers are expected this afternoon after lunchtime, before dinner time, so mid-afternoon. And there will be a few strong storms nearby. And so we'll keep an eye on the radar, but 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock here. Watching out for that storm threat to return, and certainly some heavy downpours there, but we'll keep an eye on that here. Very low risk at all overall, but there is a marginal risk for a few areas there in northeast Tennessee. But temperatures out of the 50s this morning, near 70 at lunchtime today, and overall it will be a nice looking Friday. There's Memorial Day over the weekend. Of course, it will be increasingly hot over the weekend. 82 tomorrow, 85 Sunday, 87 on Monday. And rain threat goes down as temperatures start to rise into the 80s. That's that summer heat you've been waiting for all week long.
I've been waiting for this summer heat for months. I'm ready for it.
And it is here. Memorial Day weekend is here. Obviously an important holiday as we remember those who fought and died for our country. Have a great week.